Hello everyone, and welcome back to another episode of I Play Skyrim. This is episode 9 of Throats and Tongues. How are you? I'm Chris, and we are back here with Chivalry and Janassa, and we have put off the summons to the Greybeards, and we are going to finally take care of that. We are finally going to go see what those old men on the mountain, the throat of the world, wanted with me. And the reference to tongues in the intro is, of course, a reference to the shouters of old, as you will see as we climb the 7,000 steps to High Hrothgar. So, this is a long trek. I'm going to shorten it here by speeding up the running animations, and this is actually another lengthy episode, and there was nothing I could do about that. I did want to show the gameplay, as well as the traversal, but the methods I'm using include speeding up animations, as you're seeing right now, and then when we are climbing the 7,000 steps, I will have moments where I slow things down so that we can enjoy the story on the way up the mountain as well. So, we are coming down to Hamar's Shame. And this is the exact route that I take in my other video, where I indicate this is the fastest way to Ivarstead. So there we have Hamar's Shame now on our map. I don't know that we're going to make use of it, but we have it. And I'm just going to comment, I love the foxes in the game. I love running alongside a fox. I love the stupid little noise they make. I have considered downloading a follower mod for the fox. I know there is one, but I just haven't. I like playthroughs where I can spam some damage if I want to. And here we see some Alakir stopping a woman, and that's because of the other quest that I have, which is kind of thrust upon you in Whiterun. And that is Sadia's quest. I forget the name of it. In My Time of Need, yes. In My Time of Need, Sadia the Red Guard. I don't know that I'm going to do that. We'll see. We'll see. It's kind of really morally ambiguous, and you kind of feel dirty no matter which option you choose. So, I don't know that that's anything we're going to fuss with, but it's going to stay on our screen for a while at the very least. So we are making our way over to the alchemy shed, the enchanters, alchemist shack. Just going to grab the ingredients around here. It is my first time to this place, and my first time to Ivarstead. And I do have a couple bear pelts with me. I am planning to stop in Ivarstead and see Temba Widearms, I believe. And she is in need of some bear pelts to console her anger. But, we'll clean this shack out, head out the back. We'll have some trouble. Let's watch. I wish I could say that doesn't happen too often, but all the time. If it's not a goat, it's a buck or a deer or an elk or something. And I know there's a bear around here. I'm actually trying to find it now. Honeystrand Cave is to the left. Guaranteed bears. So let's... Ooh, here we go. We still need, I think, 1 or 2 pelts, so this is perfect. Assuming they... Oh, nope, here they come. Okay. Here we go. Time to get serious. And here goes Janassa. Gosh, I gotta change that weapon out. That's just terrible. She, I don't believe she has any two-handed skills. I think she's only got one-handed. She's a fantastic dual wielder if you give her one-handed weapons. But I can never successfully get her to use anything other than a hunting bow. I have tried numerous times, tried various levels. I think I saw online that the highest level bow that they'll use is a glass bow. Tried a dwarven bow. Nothing. She only ever seems to use her hunting bow, her standard equipment. So we'll clean these out, head back. I really should have grabbed the tag on Honeystrand Cave there, but I didn't. And that's what I'm thinking about. Where is Janessa? Oh! Did not expect that one. I don't even know where he came from. I swear he wasn't there a second ago. And you're down. Such a peaceful place, isn't it? Alright, we're going to enter Ivarstead proper in a second, and I'm going to look for Temba. She's probably going to be at the inn, but I'm going to check out the mill first, because that's where she works.
Here for work? Get an axe and bring me all the wood you can chop. My business is falling apart, my apprentice never listens to me, and now there's talk of dragons. If I hadn't sunk every bit of gold I had into my mill, I would have picked up and left Ivarstead long ago. Are you kidding? Those damn things will drive me right out of business. Tell you what, bring me 10 of their pelts from anywhere in Skyrim. I'll gladly pay you for thinning out the herd. Nice to finally meet someone who can follow simple instructions. Here's your reward, as promised. Now if you'll excuse me, I have to get back to work.
Ooh, that's an excellent reward. An ebony war axe of lethargy. I'm going to have to remember to give that to Janessa at some point soon. So now we just have to find Klimek. And he's always on the bridge, and we'll talk to him about the supplies he has to transport. And he will... Okay, so here's a comment I'm going to say, right? Everyone you ask says be careful of wolves, but I've never encountered a wolf. Is that just me?
Not today. I'm just not ready to make the climb to High Hrothgar. The path isn't safe. Passing through on your way to High Hrothgar? I've been to the monastery many times, but I've never even laid eyes on one of the Greybeards. Not that I'd care to. Being masters of the Thu'um, they could kill you by uttering a single word. Well, not that they would. They seem peaceful, but I wouldn't want to provoke them. Mostly food supplies like dried fish and salted meats. You know, things that keep fresh for a long time. The Greybeards tend not to get out much, if you catch my meaning. Well, it's kind of an understanding between us. I mean, it just wouldn't feel right to charge them for a bit of preserved food. Trouble is, my legs aren't what they used to be, and climbing the 7,000 steps takes its toll. Really? Well, that would be kind of you. Here, take this bag of supplies. At the top of the steps, you'll see the offering chest. Just leave the bag inside, and you're done. Well, there's the occasional wolf pack or stray, but that's all I've ever had to deal with. Shouldn't be a problem for the likes of you. Other than that, watch your footing.
Maybe at level 2, if you come here, the mountain is strewn full of wolves. I don't know. I've only ever encountered bears and trolls as far as I can remember. So I was just curious. Alright, and we're going to come up here and we're going to read the plaque and learn the story of the tongues. Before the birth of men, the dragons ruled all Mundus. Their word was the voice, and they spoke only for true needs, for the voice could blot out the sky and flood the land. Now, we are reading these to end up with the voice of the sky power, which animals will neither flee from you nor attack you for 24 hours. Which is, you know, whatever. It's fun to get once. And we're going to take out this bear as quickly as possible if I can get a shot without hitting Janessa. Always in the way, woman. Always in the way. Alright, and we're going to speed up time here again to get around this bend and past these goats. Men were born and spread over the face of Mundus. The dragons presided over the crawling masses. Men were weak then, and had no voice. Well, I was hoping I would have read that better. But, yeah. It's a little smaller on my screen than it initially was. So, in my defense. And I think there's a troll up here, which is why I didn't make this part double speed. So... Wow. Okay. Taking a lot of hits for this frost troll. And excellent. Got the last hit in. Whoa, whoa, whoa. Gravity, gravity. Get it, get it, get it. Ooh. That's a long way down. I would not have chased it. That's for sure. I would have let him just go with my arrows. And a bear. That was close. Where is Janessa? Fire breath shout. There we go. Come on, Janessa. Come on. Distract the bear for me. Get out of the clip. And in the butt. Butt shot. There are a lot of butt shots in this game, too. It happens quite a bit. And here we have another plaque. The fledgling spirits of men were strong in old times, unafraid to war with dragons in their voices, but the dragons only shouted them down and broke their hearts. And I believe this is the story, ultimately, of both Tiber Septim, Talos, and Jurgen Windcaller. So, there's a lot of story in those little etched tablets on the way up to High Hrothgar. And this is normally an amazingly gorgeous vista, even as it is still quite stunning, but the overhanging clouds, you know, are obscuring the view. And that is Obsidian Weathers, I believe. Kine called on Parthenax, who pitied man. Together they taught men to use the voice. Then dragon war raged, dragon against tongue.
Wolves, if you're headed up the path to High Hrothgar.
And we're just going to speed this next part up here a little bit, up to the inevitable troll. There's always a troll up there. And, yeah, let's see if we can get a shot. Nope, he's already moving down. Did we get... Oh, we did. We did get a shot, and that was great. Nice job. trolls regenerate super quick, and they do go down, and they look like they're dead, but within seconds their health, you can watch, just regenerating quickly. And if I really need to power up or level up my armor, I'll find a troll and let him just wail on me while I heal him, and then do damage, and then heal him, so I level up my armor and my restoration at the same time. Man prevailed, shouting Alduin out of the world, proving for all that their voice too was strong, although their sacrifices were manyfold. With roaring tongues the Sky Children conquer, founding the first empire with sword and voice, whilst the dragons withdrew from the world. The tongues at Red Mountain went away humbled. Jurgen Windcaller began his 7-year meditation to understand how strong voices could fail. I think there's 3 left. 3 left to the story, 3 left to the voice of the sky, which we will see. It's a visible thing when you get it. So, Jurgen Windcaller chose silence and returned. The 17 disputants could not shout him down. Jurgen the Calm built his home on the throat of the world. For years all silent, the Greybeards spoke one name, Tiber Septim. Stripling then was summoned to Hrothgar. They blessed and named him Dovahkiin. And that was of course, a shrine to Talos. And up here we have the last tablet. The voice is worship. Follow the inner path. Speak only in true need. And here we'll see the voice of the sky in my active effects. Oh. And I better take a potion because I didn't realize I had contracted a disease. That's awesome. You are not safe from diseases in Tamriel, people. Sorry. So we'll cure that. And then we will drop Climic supplies in the chest. And I will head inside and meet the Greybeards, and I will put away my weapons and ask Janassa to wait, and I will take off my helmet. Out of respect? I don't know. Just a predilection. That's all.
We're one of the... As you wish.
So, a Dragonborn appears at this moment in the turning of the age. First, let us see if you truly are Dragonborn. Let us taste of your voice. Dragonborn, it is you. Welcome to High Hrothgar. I am Master Arngir. I speak for the Greybeards. Now, tell me, Dragonborn, why have you come here? We are here to guide you in that pursuit, just as the Greybeards have sought to guide those of the dragon blood that came before you. You are not the first. There have been many of the dragon blood since Akatosh first bestowed that gift upon mortal kind. Whether you are the only dragonborn of this age, that is not ours to know. You are the only one that has been revealed thus far. That is all I can say. You have shown that you are dragonborn. You have the inborn gift. But do you have the discipline and temperament to follow the path laid out for you? That remains to be seen. Without training, you have already taken the first steps towards projecting your voice into a thum, a shout. Now let us see if you are willing and able to learn. When you shout, you speak in the language of dragons. Thus, your dragon blood gives you an inborn ability to learn words of power. All shouts are made up of 3 words of power. As you master each word, your shout will become progressively stronger. Master Einarth will now teach you Ro, the second word in Unrelenting Force. Ro means balance in the dragon tongue. Combine it with Fus, force, to focus your thumb more sharply. Ro. You learn a new word like a master. You truly do have the gift. But learning a word of power is only the first step. You must unlock its meaning through constant practice in order to use it in a shout. Well, that is how the rest of us learn shouts. As Dragonborn, you can absorb a slain dragon's life force and knowledge directly. As part of your initiation, Master Einarth will allow you to tap into his...
Come on, old man, make with the soul.
Roll. Now, let us see how quickly you can master your new thum. Use your unrelenting force shout to strike the targets as they appear.
And I just want to comment that whatever the words for the shout that the Greybeards are using must require a great deal of exertion, because each one of them can only cast it once. You notice that it's not the same person using their shout to create the visage. It is a different brother each time. I find that interesting. And also, it doesn't matter if you have an amulet of Talos on or anything. I believe they make you wait the normal length of time that it would take for your shout to wear to cool down. So we got
You learn quickly.
this to finish up, and then we're going to head outside to the courtyard.
Impressive. Your thumb is precise. You show great promise, Dragonborn. We will perform your next trial in the courtyard. Follow Master Bori.
It is a gorgeous day on the throat of the world. We got super lucky. I mean, just look. Wow. Everything looks pretty spectacular. The sky is crystal clear. It's bright and sunny. And up there is the freezing wall of cold. And I didn't know this, but you can see the entire structure of High Hrothgar on your map if you zoom in.
Whirlwind. must hear the word within yourself before you can project it into a thum. Approach Master Bori and he will gift you his knowledge of wood. Now we will see how quickly you can master a new shout. Master Wulfgar will demonstrate Whirlwind Sprint. Then it will be your turn. Master Bori? X! Wolf! Now it's your turn. Stand next to me. Master Bori will open the gate. Use your Whirlwind Sprint to pass through before it closes. Your quick mastery of a new thum is astonishing. I'd heard the stories of the abilities of Dragonborn, but to see it for myself... You were given this gift by the gods for a reason. It is up to you to determine how best to use it. You are now ready for your last trial. Retrieve the horn of Jürgen Windcaller, our founder, from his tomb in the ancient fane of Ostengrav. Remain true to the way of the voice, and you will return. No doubt, the appearance of a dragonborn at this time is not an accident. Your destiny is surely bound up with the return of the dragons. You should focus on honing your voice, and soon your path will be made clear. There is indeed much that we know that you do not. That does not mean that you are ready to understand it. Do not let your easy mastery of the voice tempt you into the arrogance of power. That has been the downfall of many Dragonborn before you. We study the way of the voice, according to the teachings of our founder, Jürgen Windcaller. Very few are permitted to study with us here at High Hrothgar. But in your case, Dragonborn, it is a privilege to guide you towards mastery of your voice. Sky above, voice within.
I love the bit of lore that you get there. Arngeir actually tells you flat out that the Dragonborn of the past have always ended up corrupt in some way. I mean, that's the picture he's painting. He's all but saying that. And that kind of points to Tiber Septim too, doesn't it? I mean, just thinking here, but there is a debate over whether or not the Dragonborn is inherently evil because of his dragon soul and his dragon nature. And you can find more about that in a video by Ivarstead on YouTube. That's Avarti. Ivarstead, he's got a lot of great Skyrim videos and a lot of interesting debates. So normally I might just use Khajiit's Grace and drop down from here, but she can't go with me, so we have to go and return to Klimek and get our reward for taking the supplies to the Greybeards. And of course it's raining. When we return, no matter what city you return to, the cultists appear.
You're the one they call Dragonborn. Then it is too late. So we shall expose to them the falseness in their hearts by tearing out yours, deceiver. When Lord Mirak appears, all shall bear witness. None shall stand to oppose him.
And this is, of course, how they throw the Dragonborn DLC quest at you. Gee, I love that sound. I love breaking a shield. That's fantastic. But geez, I always return to Ivarstead to fight the cultists. Jeez, because the Ivarstead guards are always around to help, And any city that is greater populated always results in me hurting someone unintentionally. So here, there's nobody to hurt. I let the guards give me a hand, and guaranteed win. So they want me to pull open the letter and read it. I'm going to take the letter, but I'm not going to read it yet. So take that, video game. So after this, thankfully Klimek is right here, which is super fantastic. After this, Chivalry is going to return to Whiterun, and he's going to do a little exploring out on the western plains, and that's where we're going to find him in the next episode.
Thanks again for the legwork.
Excellent. This is actually a quest I often forget to finish. We're going to get out of the rain right now. We're going to head into the inn as we wrap up our episode.
Here for work? Get an axe and bring me all the wood you can chop.
Thanks for watching, everyone. We'll see you soon. Have a great day.